So you're probably asking yourself how a handsome devil like me ended up in a place like this with you, right? All right, I'll tell you the whole story, but I warn you, it ain't pretty. May seem hard to believe, but these chiseled good looks have seen a whole lot of ugly. It all started with that damn book, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Roughly translated, the Book of the Dead. Inked in human blood and bound in flesh. The book contained bizarre burial rites, prophecies, and demon resurrection passages. Professor Raymond Noby unearthed the book and brought it to this remote cabin where he could translate it. He awoke something dark in the woods, something evil. It got the professor. Then, it came for me. It got into my hand and it went bad. So I lopped it off at the wrist. The professor's daughter, Annie, helped me fight the evil. Using the book, we opened up a vortex to send the evil back. It worked. Big time. The girl died and I got a first-class ticket to the 12th century. I led a war against an army of Deadites, then used the book to get back home. Back to Dearborn. Even got my old job back. There I was, face to face with the mother of all ugly. So I say, come get some, and blam, no more Mr. Nasty Face. Wait. What the hell are you doing? Don't play it. Don't play that... Taste.
Strata, Montos, Nosferatus,
Make mine a double.
Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey, everybody. Here we are with a brand new stream here on MJP Games and Movies. And today we're going to be getting into Evil Dead, the game. I recorded some matches. I'm going to show them for you guys and teach you guys how to play the game. We're also going to be getting into Evil Dead, the franchise as well. Having a neat, nice deep dive into the series. But before I go any further, let me just say, if you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. I do have another channel that I do all Lego on, and so this is kind of my secondary gig, if you will. But so please help grow it so I can get more content going on this particular channel. And we'll be getting down to Evil Dead, the game, and the franchise, the whole shebang after my intro coming in now. So everyone, Evil Dead, are you fans of it? Do you know the franchise? Have you played any of the games? Have you seen the movies? You guys tell me, what do you know about Evil Dead? And speaking of which, Carol from Retro Arcade Music Band, she's stopped by. Nice to see you. Glad you could make it. And of course, Mrs. Mikey J Productions is here. And yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of treat this like you guys are new to the franchise. And basically, the story of Evil Dead is there's this book, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, roughly translated, the Book of the Dead. It is bound in human flesh and is inked in human blood. And this book is actually, it was written by the Dark Ones, and it was discovered in ruins in the Castle Kandar by Professor Raymond Noby and some other members of his team. And he takes it to his remote cabin in the woods to translate it. And as he's translating it, things go completely bonkers, off the rails, and his wife ends up getting possessed by the demon, and Professor Noby gets killed. Well, then you fast forward a little bit, and then Ash, who is the hero of the story, him and his friends, they go to this remote cabin in the woods, just on like a little vacation deal, and in the cellar they discover the Necronomicon. And there's also Professor Noby's translations on a tape recorder, and they play some of it, and they awaken the evil, and it comes for all of the people. And to make a long story short, what you're dealing with in Evil Dead, they are known as Deadites, which what they are essentially demons that possess the body of humans, whether they're dead or alive. But the only way to truly get rid of the demon is through bodily dismemberment. So you literally have to chop them apart. There's no exorcisms in the Evil Dead canon. It's all straight, you need to dismember the body. And so that's what happens throughout the course of the movies. But at the end of the first movie, Ash survives the night, and he thinks, daylight, because the demon doesn't like the daytime. So he is able to leave, or he thinks he can leave. And right when he is walking away, the demon comes and attacks him. And that's how the first movie ends. And then the second movie comes along, and it picks up essentially right where the first one left off. But due to rights issues, because New Line Cinema made the first movie, they were not able to, and then they went to a different company for the second movie. So they couldn't use any footage from the first movie. So what they had to do was essentially remake this Evil Dead 1, like parts of it. So in order to tell the backstory for Evil Dead 1, they just reshot the whole thing, just the highlights of it, and put that as the intro to Evil Dead 2. And as such, it's confused a lot of people over the years. But Evil Dead 2 officially begins right where I just told you, where the demon is coming after Ash, and then when it attacks him. And then right the next scene after that is officially where Evil Dead 2 begins. And then in Evil Dead 2, it's more of the same, Ash having to deal with the demon a whole nother night. And then Professor Noby's daughter, Annie Noby, and her boyfriend, they come looking for their parents to the cabin, and that's where they find Ash, and then they get caught up in all of it. But Annie, she actually has missing pages from the Necronomicon, and is able to open up a portal to suck the evil back into the portal. And as she is doing it, she gets killed, and Ash gets sucked into the portal as well. And he goes through the portal, and he comes out the other side back in medieval times. And that's how Evil Dead 2 ends. And then we get to Army of Darkness, which is Evil Dead 3. And that one was again released by a different movie studio. That's been one of the problems that this franchise has, is each film and each series kind of has ownership by different things. It's a tricky mess. But so Evil Dead 3 was getting released by Universal Studios, and they named that one Army of Darkness to give it more of a broad appeal. And then the same thing again happens in Army of Darkness. If you watch the beginning of it, it recaps the events of Evil Dead 1 and 2, like right at the beginning of the movie. And so Army of Darkness, it picks up and Ash is trapped in medieval times, and he wants to get back home. But in order to do that, he has to go find the Necronomicon, and as that happens, he encounters, because in Evil Dead 2, Evil Ash is created, which is like an altered demonic version of Ash. And Evil Ash is the main antagonist in Army of Darkness. And in Army of Darkness, it's a full-on skeleton battle, because they're all the part of the thing the demon can do. It can not only infect living hosts, but it can also infect like anything. That's why the entity, the demon, the Kandarian demon from Evil Dead, is actually a super powerful and dangerous villain, because if anybody that's buried in the ground, it can essentially get you and take over your body and use that to fight whatever humans it encounters. And so that's what happens in Army of Darkness. It's literally an army of the dead going up against Ash and these knights at this castle. And of course, the Ash, prevails in it, and then he is able to go back to his time, and Army of Darkness ends with, there was one demon that made it through the other side, and then Ash kills it, and then that's kind of the end of Army of Darkness. And then fast forward a lot of years, because the thing about this franchise, it was always kind of an underground franchise. It never made it to the level of Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th. It was always like this redheaded stepchild of the horror community, which is really a shame, because in all honesty, it is the best horror movie trilogy that exists. And not only that, it's one of the best trilogies out there, period. Just with Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness. It's a fantastic movie trilogy. And then but that wasn't the end. They actually did a remake in 2013. And as far as remakes go, that remake is quite good. Ash is not in it. He does have a small itty bitty cameo in the end credits of it, but it's really not his movie. It introduces new characters. It takes place in a different universe, and it involves the character Mia. But they never picked up after that particular movie, because fans have always wanted Ash Williams, because Ash he's one of the only horror icons that is a good guy. He's not, usually when you think of horror icons, you think of Freddy and Jason and those guys, or they're all evil. They're trying to kill you. Ash isn't trying to kill you. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. He wants to save the world. Really, he just wants to save himself. But he's, and he's a flawed individual. He makes a lot of awful mistakes, but he always ends up saving the day in the end. And the desire and demand for Ash to return was so strong that they made Ash versus the Evil Dead, which was a Starz TV series that ran for 3 seasons. And it's a fantastic horror series. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend going and checking it out. It's really that good. And it continues the story. Ash comes back, and he lets loose the demonic entity again, and through his own idiotic ventures, because he's kind of a moron, a bumbling idiot. And then at the end of it, it ends on a cliffhanger, but any longtime fans of the franchise will know that that cliffhanger was actually a really good way to end the series. And it ends up with Ash in the future in a post-apocalyptic world. And, you know, we'll just leave it at that. He can never quite escape the Evil Dead. But you guys didn't come here just to listen to me ramble on and on. So let's see what's going on out in the chat. Mrs. Mikey J says, "Hail to the king, baby." Chatty says, "Huh?" King is here. Hello, King. How you doing? Ash and his boomstick and chainsaw arm. Yes, that is right. And as such, I am going to show you guys some little things that I clipped for this stream to have some fun with everyone here and help introduce people that watch this to how cool of a character Ash is.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick.
This is my boomstick. And that's one of the things I was telling Mrs. Mikey J and Chatty Cat the other day, is that Ash has so many amazing lines, one-liners. He was just the man at it. And he is one of the most quotable characters really in the history of movies. He's just got so many amazing lines. And so I had to cut a few of them here just to kind of show everyone, because they are so much fun. But I'm going to spread them out throughout the course of the show. But I'll give you another quick one here.
Groovy.
Groovy. So now let's get down into some matches, because I promised you guys all gameplay. So let's get down to some gameplay.
Where? Did you mark it?
And you can hear me because I was on recording my voice chat while playing it. And
you now hold the first piece of my map.
Picked up a legendary chainsaw there. That's pretty awesome.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have too many more.
And see, what you do is you have to fill up your like stats. Like you saw me filling up like my melee, so then I can get stronger with my melee attacks. And so you pick up these things. They're called pink F1s, and you use them to fill up your in-game stats, which is really cool. And this particular game, this particular match, is one of the earlier ones that me and the missus played, because she is in this game as well. She is playing as Annie Nobi, and her gamer tag is OICUR12. Or is what we like to tease her and call Ochre12. It's OICUR12. You can see it, you know, I always go for melee first and then health. Those are the two that I like to fill up first and foremost. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Yeah. This is my boomstick. Who's laughing now?
Pretty good.
Who's laughing now?
Ooh, how I've missed these.
Groovy. Yes, she is OICUR12.
Y'all don't take me know where we're going, but I'm following these guys.
Well, I actually came up with that name, or I helped you come up with it. So.
Hey, now.
I can lift it, or I can swing it.
And you see, you can tell that this is, I'm still pretty early on with this game, because I haven't quite gotten combat down to a T yet. because there is a fairly steep learning curve for this game, I will say. Like, you do have to kind of stick with it. Because you can level up your character not only during the match, but also in between matches. There's a whole different leveling system. And as you level up your characters, they get more and more powerful, obviously. And then the game just gets more and more fun. All right, you primitive screwheads. King says, life is hard and dangerous, and sometimes you just gotta chop off somebody's head to survive.
Right there. It's marked it. Yeah.
And you see, you got a fear meter, and you gotta stand by
You
these
have the right to remain dead.
fire sources, whether that was like a torch, or you can start a fire, or a light. Any kind of lighting to get your fear meter down. Because if your fear meter gets too high, the demon can possess you. And right now we're actually in the Nobi cabin, the famous cabin from the films. So that's pretty cool. And the map that this game has is just huge.
I'm in the cabin.
It's a ginormous map. And they're actually going to be doing, as you can see, Henrietta down in the basement trying to get out. But, actually, that'd be Cheryl down in the basement. Well, they lock Henrietta down there, too, though. Evil Dead 2, now that I think about it. That witch down in the cellar is only part of it. But, as I was saying, they are going to be doing an Army of Darkness map as well, so we'll get to see, Ash in medieval times again. And this game features characters from all the films except for the remake as of right now, which, I kind of expect we will see some characters from the remake in a future update, because I know they are doing some DLC and whatnot. So, if you're a fan of Mia from the remake, I think that there is some hope that she will show up. But having said that, I literally looked up, for this stream, because they are making a new movie, Evil Dead Rises. And that is coming out sometime this year, and supposedly is already filmed and everything. And I think they said it's coming to HBO Max, so it's not getting a theatrical release, which is a little disappointing. But, I have some hope that that'll turn out to be a pretty good movie unto itself. Although Ash will not be reprising the role, or Bruce will not be reprising the role as Ash Williams. Evil Dead, Evil Dead, Evil Dead.
How do you reload this thing?
Yes, that's what we've been saying. It goes around our house all the time.
It's your sister Cheryl.
King says, what is the rating on the new movie? Do we know yet? No, we do not, but I can almost guarantee it's going to be rated R. Good thing we didn't cancel HBO. Yes, that is a good thing. But King, I will say that I do think they'll go for a scary aspect to the new film for sure. You could try to sell the fact that these are considered horror comedies, pretty heavily within the horror community. They're not just considered straight up horror. So, I mean, that could be a spin you could try to work. Jedica says, yep. Dang it, we'll watch it anyways. Yes, Rated X. Yes, I was telling Mrs. Mikey J about this just the other day, and that is Evil Dead 2. When that was going to get released, they actually wanted to give it a rated X. They wanted it to rate it X because they said it was too intense for R. And
One of the little dude running.
and that's why you see a lot of the different colored blood and in that particular movie is because they had to tone down the gore because they were going to end up with an X rating on that film. And an X rating means that you were going to get killed. You know, no one was going to play your movie like anywhere other than at, you know, those kind of places. And who, you know, and that doesn't typically draw the same kind of crowd that they were looking to draw for that particular movie.
Next one of you primates even touches me.
King says, I would like to say Evil Dead 2 is pretty comical. Yes, Evil Dead 2 is very comical. And having said that, Army of Darkness is a straight up, you know, almost comedy, honestly. But the way I've always looked at it is Evil Dead 1 is horror. Evil Dead 2 is horror comedy. And then Army of Darkness is comedy horror. Well, it's actually, you know, comedy, you know, fantasy horror, if you really want to get technical. And then Ash vs. Evil Dead, that goes more back to a little bit more of a Evil Dead 2 type of vibe, in my opinion. Not quite as dark, not quite as heavy, but, you know, it's definitely there. And see, the objectives you have in this game, you see there's all
You have
the...
obtained another section of the
All
map.
right.
Yeah, see,
Surely, luck is on your side.
you got to get the pages first. That is like the first thing you got to do.
Close ranks.
And then once you get the map, no, it's the map. You got to get the 3 map sections, and then the map leads you to the lost pages of the Necronomicon and the dagger. And you don't have, you can get either one of those in either order.
Trust me.
Then
A lot worse.
once you have the pages and the dagger, then you can attack the dark ones and send evil back to where it came from. Retro Arcade Music Man is here. He says, hello, Mikey J. I'm hooking up my new internet and enjoying hearing about this movie. Yes.
All right. So,
King says, pages, what is Slender? And, you know, that's funny that you're not the first person that said something like this about that. And I'm glad Chatty's pointing it out. Like, yeah, this was way before Slender. And looking for the lost pages of the Necronomicon, that goes back to Evil Dead 2. Ram. Speaking of which, if anyone's feeling squirrely out there, there's the link in the chat. Want to come out and talk about some Evil Dead? I have some other things I will be showing as well. So, everybody in the chat, you tell me what your favorite Evil Dead movie
The final piece has been collected,
and
making
that
the map whole again
includes,
and revealing the whereabouts of the
Ash vs.
Kandarian
Evil
dagger
Dead.
and the lost pages of the Necronomicon.
the dagger's cool.
Oh, you see in the Deadites hop out of these portals and they just jump right on you, and it can be a little intense. But I came from playing both Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight, and this is the same kind of style game as both of those. And oh, looks like King's hopping in my he's in my green room. I see you there. I see you there, my friend. You're in, but you gotta unmute your mic.
Survivors have triggered collection of
Mrs. Mikey J likes Ash vs. Evil Dead the most. She loves Pablo and Kelly. They're great sidekicks. Chatty likes the first movie the best.
I call this one the Ash.
Oh. If you get it fixed, man, let me know. Come on back. But yeah, see, we're filling up the dagger meter right now. And you gotta fight off this boss rush. And that can be, these boss rushes can get pretty intense, especially when they start throwing out, there's 3 different demons that can be used. There's the traditional Deadites, like that's who we're fighting here, and then they have a mid-level boss, which, you know, they're just a little bit bigger and harder to take down. They tend to be wearing like overalls and stuff. And then they have the big boss, and that's Henrietta, she was in Evil Dead 2. And then there's also the Necromancer class, and then that's basically all the Deadites from Army of Darkness. You fight Evil Ash and all the skeletons. The same kind of thing. There's a mid-level boss, and then Evil Ash is the top, like, skeleton Deadite. And then there's also called the Puppeteer class, I believe it is. And these are demons that we saw in Ash vs. Evil Dead. And they're pretty creepy looking. They're purple and they explode. Most people say they're probably the creepiest ones. But each demon has different abilities. And yes, you can actually play as the demon as well. Which I've only done that one time. And it's a lot of fun, I gotta say. That's the demon right there. They were close by. You can, when you hear that and you hear stuff just busting for no reason, it's because that's the entity. You hear it growling. See, because you have to do all the steps if you want to actually send the demon out of here. You can defeat the Deadites, but defeating the demon itself, that's a whole nother story. Mrs. Mikey J says, you lost, King. Ram says, Jen, gotta hook up my internet first, ha ha ha. King's laptop froze. Ram, hope it's not a pain. Yeah, I hope so. We got King coming back in.
Hello?
You doing? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Hey,
you.
there we go. Hey, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Besides all the car and death noises of Ash.
Yeah, all the carnage.
I'm just trying to reset Discord and I hear the chainsaw.
So, have you seen all the movies quite a bit?
I've seen them I've seen them a lot. Just I haven't watched them in a while.
Yeah.
I need to catch up. But yeah, they're really good movies.
I haven't actually watched them in a while either. I think we're gonna be having a marathon here pretty soon. I gotta talk Mrs. Mikey J into making a couple of purchases.
Yeah.
I want to get Ash vs. Evil Dead. I saw that Walmart's got it right now. I don't have that.
Have they?
What'd you say?
Have they released any trailers for the new movie yet?
No,
Or-
they haven't. They haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
And what's crazy is that it's literally like all done, supposedly. They're just like figuring out when they want to release it. My guess is probably not going to be till around like Halloween time.
Yeah. Because a lot of fans will be expecting it around that time.
Yeah, and since they just released this game, they can just kind of bank off of that for now. And then once the new movie comes out, you know, that'll help the game, and the game will help draw anticipation for the movie as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
think they're
they
playing it pretty smart.
yeah. I mean, they did release the first ever one on October 15th, so
Yeah.
it'd be pretty cool if they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it around Halloween.
Yeah. You're always working me. No, I'm not. Georgie is. Georgie's the biggest worker in the house. He hits us up for new Fortnite skins daily. So, have you played any of the previous Evil Dead games at all?
No, I haven't. I don't think I haven't had time for them. I wish I had them, but like I don't have a PC anymore, so yeah. Like if I get a PC or an Xbox like game with it, I'll definitely play it a lot.
See, there's Henrietta right there. And I tell you,
Yeah.
she is not easy to take out.
Yeah.
But I've actually learned that, you know, all the characters have different, you know, abilities and pluses and minuses. And I like running this Army of Darkness Ash. I can kick butt with him. He's the best at the hand-to-hand combat, and if as soon as I get a chainsaw, like I can start just clearing out the deadites with him.
Yeah, I can tell you're just ripping and tearing through them. I'm expecting to hear Doom music now.
But not all characters are like that. Trust me. And you'll see Chatty Cat later on. She plays some matches with us.
And the Kandarian dagger have been collected.
And
Who'd you say is the worst one?
Prepare yourself to
the
battle
worst
the
character?
Yeah.
I haven't played as them all, so that's hard for me to say. There's 4 different Ashes. You know, Evil Dead 1, 2, Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. And
Yeah.
I don't have the 4th one yet. You have to complete the challenges, the first challenge, in order to unlock him. And I'm telling you, the challenge is not easy. They are stinking hard. And so I haven't been able to unlock him yet. So I don't know how good he is. But I do see quite a few people playing as him. But Evil Dead 1 Ash, he's probably the worst fighter of them all. But he has a special ability that's pretty cool, and that he can make everyone's fear go down that's around him. And that's actually, you know, a really useful ability character to have. And then Evil Dead 2 Ash, he's the best with the boomstick. He can clean house with the boomstick. And then Army of Darkness Ash is best with the chainsaw, and like I said, Ash vs. Evil Dead one I haven't played as yet, so I can't really speak on him. But then there's Henry the Red from Army of Darkness. He's in the game as well, and he's a pretty tough character. He's good at fighting as well. So I enjoy playing as him because the way they got it set up is like 4 people can't run as Army of Darkness Ash. Only one person can play as that particular character per round. And so as soon as you get into the lobby, it's like a mad rush to get to your character.
Yeah.
And because if someone else gets there first, they got them. And here are the dark ones. And you...
Yeah. You was talking about Ash just ripping through everybody. That was perfect timing. You're just like chopping guys up with chainsaws.
And that's what I've been saying is that if you're a fan of these movies like at all, it's so satisfying to just tear through people with Ash. Like it really is.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing Evil Dead games for a long time, and this is by far my favorite. Like I'm having a great time with that.
Yeah.
And it's
I remember
not
first
easy.
watching Evil Dead. Yeah. Ash just ripping and tearing through everybody. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Well, yeah. Well, he attached a chainsaw. I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, that would be great for a video game character.
Yeah. Mrs. Mikey J says, not Annie. Ever restarts as her. I just press A. Yeah, the default character when you get into the lobby is Annie. So she just has to press A. She never misses out. Not many people run as her. Most people want to play as Ash. Especially the Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Is there any friendly fire or anything? Like, can you attack your own teammates?
No, and that's a jump scare right there.
Yeah.
No, they turned friendly fire off, which is a really good thing.
Yeah.
If they had that on, you would just be killing your teammates left and right.
Yeah. Deadites would just crowd you.
Yeah, and you don't know who you're swinging at sometimes.
Like, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to tell your teammates apart from the Deadites.
Yeah. Especially this one, because these are the traditional Deadites. They're the hardest ones to tell apart. See, right now we just gotta protect the book that the demons are trying to destroy. This is the final thing you gotta do to win a match.
Yeah.
Next one of you primates.
And this is
even touches me.
I think this was not our first win, but this was the first win where like Jen and I were leading the way. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I just like to say, yeah, this is a good game. This looks really good.
And like I said, playing as the demon is surprisingly a lot of fun. Like, because that was the thing in Friday the 13th. They made playing as the counselors actually, in a lot of ways, more fun than playing as Jason. But it was still a lot of fun to play as Jason, obviously.
We did it.
Yeah.
And so that's what this game I was worried about, because I was like, they made playing as the survivors a lot of fun. But how was playing as the demon?
Yeah.
We did it.
The sound design is great. Like, from what I've heard, it sounds great. Like, the quotes in there and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But and speaking of quotes, here's another one for everyone.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but 2 things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
You see, that's why we love Ash.
This and Henry the Red, yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of which, this was the first Evil Dead game that I got, and this came out on the Dreamcast. Evil Dead: Hail to the King. And this was one of the reasons I wanted a Dreamcast, was because I knew that the best version of this game was coming out on Dreamcast, and it was literally a console seller for me as a huge Evil Dead fan. Especially, this game came out in 2000, okay? And in the year 2000, there wasn't a lot of horror games in general.
Yeah.
Things have come a long way in that regard. Like, I'm still waiting for a good Freddy game or a good Michael Myers game, but we've got Jason, and we got Evil Dead now, and there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre one on the way, and then there's Ghostbusters coming as well. And even though that's not like complete horror, it's similar kind of a vibe. And then here's old school clamshell VHS.
Man, VHSs. I forgot those existed, man.
Yeah, this is Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2. Trying to get the glare on it. And the old clamshell cases.
Yeah. I think I still have some of those just boxed away.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Sorry, because the funny thing about this franchise that a lot of people don't know is that here, and I'll start the next match as we sit and chit chat about it.
Yeah.
Hello.
And everyone, I'm just gonna warn you now.
Okay.
We're playing with another player, and I kept this match because it's funny.
Okay.
But there is some questionable language here, so
What's one character?
Everyone be forewarned.
YouTube's just gonna pop in it. Like, hey, Mikey. Nope.
Well, I don't really mind on this channel.
Are you on
anyways.
PC?
It's not.
I'm gonna keep it being with you. I never seen the show.
And
this
we're
movie.
46
I've
minutes
just seen
into the
this game
stream.
advertised. And I was like, that looks pretty cool, and I just bought.
We gotta find the map pieces first.
He's never seen the movies? Oh, no.
Yeah, for sure.
This is...
I did the tour of like, dude, what the fuck is that?
That's a deadite, sir.
Get away from me. Do we gotta find each other, or are we all?
He's actually pretty funny. That's why I kept it in.
Okay.
How good is he at the game? Like, just like pre-game, how good is he?
Hey, I included it for a reason, so.
Yeah. So do we all get pieces? Oh, is there friendly fire? No. Like if I
there we go.
Just want to make sure. I don't want to.
Yeah, but back on the topic of horror games, I mean, like, with the only good like Michael Myers or Freddy game I can think of is like Dead by Daylight. They have the killers in there, but other than that, I can't think of any other games for that.
And that's what actually drew me to Dead by Daylight was the fact that it had Freddy and Michael Myers in it, and Ash is in it as well. And he's usually the survivor I play as in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
What the problem I had with Dead by Daylight, and it didn't, last with me, is because it wasn't.
Fear of the dark. When you're alone in dark areas,
it got super repetitive. Each match kind of felt exactly the same. And I got to be honest, I am a little concerned that this game might suffer from that as well, because you have to do every objective exactly the same each time.
Yeah.
But having said that, I haven't gotten bored with this one yet.
Should I add armor right now?
We'll see how it goes.
Shit! I got you, Doc.
What is that? It's a deadite.
But this match is me, Jen, and Chatty.
Yeah, that upgrades your shit. Yeah.
Jedi. Chatty probably is. I bet Chatty's probably pretty decent at this game. Like, from what I've seen and heard, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, Chatty's a legit gamer. She catches on quick.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I might try and convince my parents to get this, because, yeah, my dad's an kind of Evil Dead fan, but it looks fun.
Or do I just die?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it's... I mean, the worst thing about it is the gore. Yeah, it's a super gory game, but it's not
Is there like a certain amount of times I can go down before I die? Or can I just keep going down forever?
And it's just when you got a bunch of people and you're all talking during the game. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the scare factor is kind of lowered by the
Yeah,
fact
I've seen
you're just slaying Jedites. Like, they're not as scary. Like, in the film, you don't have control. They're just jumping out at you.
Pissing my pants.
But in the game, you have
Game's
complete
a little-
control.
game's a little
Sure, they can
spooky,
jump
man.
out,
I'm
but
not really into
you have to,
scary
like,
shit,
kill them on your own accord.
Kind of caught me. Oh shit. Oh shit.
But the demon gets stronger as the match goes along.
A piece of it?
Oh, yeah?
or-
Yeah. So
Three
you
pieces, okay.
have to be
Slenderman
careful,
shit.
and
I never
you don't
fucking
start the
played that
game
game
with
either.
anything. And so finding good weapons and stuff is so important.
And
And
fucking.
if
who
you
am I
don't
with
find
right now?
anything, you know, the demon can just start kicking
I
your
think
butt.
Chatty Cat. I think me and Chatty Cat are stomping these motherfuckers out.
Chatty car. So what's the tier level of the weapons? Is it like
Tripping. I'm getting my
good,
ass stomped with
decent
my healing.
stuff?
Yeah, it's the same as
That's
Fortnite
pretty good.
essentially. You
Oh,
got
what the
common.
Oh.
Common
Yeah.
is gray, blue is rare, and purple is
Where's the fear thing?
better than
Like,
rare. And then
yeah.
gold is legendary.
Yeah.
Like epic and rare.
Yeah, no, I gotta wait for the countdown.
Yeah. It's
4,
epic and then
three,
yeah,
2,
legendary.
1.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright,
And
lucky
so
right there.
each weapon has different versions of each. But like what's
I'm
cool
assuming
with
if we
like
don't
Army
get
of Darkness
fucking-
Ash, for example,
This
is
tree
his-
just fucking
Yeah.
stick me?
he's a master of the chainsaw. So
think
if
I
I
stuck by
just
a
have
tree.
a common
I
chainsaw
gotta wait a whole
and I
minute
have my
for
melee maxed out, I can just
Yeah.
kick butt with him. Like
So basically, it becomes its own legendary basically.
Now hold the first
yeah.
piece.
And then
Yeah.
and then if you
Small
find a
but
legendary
strong
one on top of that, you can just start one hit.
Yeah. So would you say like melee is better on crowds, or is it because the boomstick's a shotgun? Is like which one's better for crowd control? Like
It depends on the character. It really does.
Shit, I didn't see that one coming.
You know, I'm definitely more of a melee style player, but there's this match
Oh, I
coming
got
up
this fucking
next,
sword.
Chatty
I'm so
Cat,
sorry, teammate.
and she goes crazy with the guns with Kelly, because Kelly is a ranged weapon specialist,
mm-hmm.
and like, and I was so impressed with how she played that I was like, it made me go and want to play as Evil Dead 2 Ash a little bit. Just I'm like, man, she was
Anything in this bitch?
cleaning up with Kelly. Like, and they're Kelly and Evil
long
Dead
gun,
2 Ash
long
have similar
gun.
abilities.
Hunting knife, special weapon.
Yeah.
ammo.
I'll be right
Gotta
back.
take some of that Shimp's cola.
All right.
Bro, what is
Survivors
motherfucker?
have collected another portion of the map. Admirable effort, but there is still much to be done.
Alright, we got 2 down.
Yeah,
Friday the
yeah,
13th still gives me anxiety. What gives you more anxiety, this or Friday the 13th? I'm curious.
Death wish? Go over there.
Chatty says I go ballistic. You
Oh
do.
my goodness, oh, we got like 4 of these motherfuckers on us. This is actually kind of cool.
Honey, I'm gonna take a car over to get
What? What?
you. Yes,
Dog is over here tripping.
And I gotta say the driving mechanic in this game is pretty
Oh,
good as
more?
well. I mean, I know some
The
people
hell?
are
Matchsticks,
bashing on
ooh,
it.
We
but
definitely need those.
I think it does the job just fine. I mean, but I come from Friday the 13th, and so everything seems better than that game.
Oh, bitch. There you go. Alright, so every time like me and teammate are trying to move, they're
Chatty
just spawning on us. So
Friday
are we at a certain point in the game where it gets harder?
Well, yeah. The demon
Okay.
gets stronger as it goes.
Okay.
And it's gonna start dropping meaner things. Like that thing we seen at the beginning will run into her eventually.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, and I'm back.
It's fucking grody. Bitch, didn't I just stick you?
Frickin' grody. Don't you mean frickin' groovy, man? It's groovy.
This guy was actually, he was funny. He had me laughing.
I
Yeah.
don't know why we have a handgun anymore. I ain't got no fucking gun.
Just like chainsaw cutting through a guy. Ah, you're funny, dude.
Me and teammate are just out in the trenches right now. Just
J
fighting.
Biggs 916. Hey, if you're out there, man, if you're saying,
Damn, you're ooh, fuck, you're far. Fucking teammate that just pushed him. He's helping me flip.
We'll get him to join the stream lab or stream yard.
Yeah.
Hey Retro, you still out there, man? How's the assembly going?
Gathered the final piece of the map.
Chatty.
Make haste to the lost pages
I'm
of the
sorry,
Necronomicon
teammate.
and Kandarian dagger.
I'm sorry, teammate.
Oh my god. You might have to just go without me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm playing like hot garbage. I have to hold Y as F.
Next one of you primates.
So, what's the hardest enemy, would you say? Like,
Shit in the car.
besides the bosses?
Go ahead and run. Run over with your tail between your legs. Go cry to mama.
I mean, the ending of the game itself, I mean, really isn't like it's super hard as long as you have your character, you know, leveled up and prepared for the final, you know, rush. You'll do all right. So that's why, you know, getting to know your character and playing as them appropriately is the best strategy, and it doesn't really matter which demon you go up against, you should do all right. Having said that, Chatty says the Puppeteers. I disagree. I think that the skeletons, the necromancer class, I feel like that's the toughest one.
Don't start.
And the reason why is because the one with the whistle, you know, there's one playing a flute. You know, we'll see him, I think, in the next match. And when they're playing that flute, they just like call all of them around the whole area. And so the skeletons can start overwhelming you pretty fast.
Stop at nothing to halt this process.
Yeah.
Puppeteers are awful. Yeah, Chatty and Jen, they don't like the Puppeteers. Yeah, the flute guy. They're the creepiest looking for sure, the Puppeteers are.
Yeah.
I call this one the Ash Gash.
Chatty says, yeah, but I was plowing through them. Yeah, see, the Puppeteers explode, so that's what makes them the most dangerous. And I think they're the best at possessing as well.
Oh, so the normal Jedi can possess you?
Well, no, they can all possess you, but I think the Puppeteers can do it the quickest and most often. See, there's Chatty as Kelly right there. Did you ever watch the series?
I kind of did it, and then I kind of I watched it once, and then I'm like, it's okay. I so prefer the
talking about
movies.
mute. I'm a fucking idiot.
Got Retro Arcade Music Man stopping in.
Let's go.
What's happening?
Big motherfucker. Shit.
What's going on?
Oh,
That voice we all love.
Don't give me that.
What are you guys doing?
Shit.
Playing some
too
Evil
many
Dead,
too.
man.
I'm trying not to lick my
Are you
hands.
are you a fan of these movies,
Just because
man?
I'm playing like ass.
Scary movies?
Yeah.
Some of them.
The power of the book is with
I was always a fan of the Saw franchise.
Yeah, that's a good series, let me tell you.
Did you ever see these movies?
I think so.
I will
But
fuck
it's
you.
been
No
years.
hesitation. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to revisit.
Yeah,
let's
you
do
definitely
Health
should.
and
I mean-
Melee again.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Evil Dead 2. I think you would enjoy that one.
Oh, here you go.
It's so corny and cheesy and amazing all at the same time. It's just
I mean,
the
shit, no
perfect
one's taking
blend
it
of
off, I'll
all
take
of
it.
that.
Right?
No, you got it. All right.
I mean, it's
Give us all.
it's the 80s.
Oh yeah.
The way we know and love
You
them,
right.
you
You
know?
right. You right.
I love the 80s.
So that only
Remember the Freddy
does that only work
Krueger
for everybody
movies?
that's around us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are great. Those are awesome.
What the hell is that?
That's that was actually my favorite horror franchise. Was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Because there was always a thing. This 1, 2, he's coming for you.
Oh, now I can hear it.
3, 4,
Yeah.
shut the door.
Yeah.
5, 6,
Man,
crucifix.
where you at?
Yeah.
7, 8. Don't stay up late.
Alright, never mind. That's low-key kind of...
Oh,
Thank
Chatty.
you.
Oh, Chatty's making puns. Saw more like chainsaw.
Took your truck like that? Damn.
Hey, Papa Brad, how you doing, man?
Let's shoot the tires!
It got me.
What do I do? What do I do?
This is clearly not the comical version of this video game, is it?
Do we just beat the shit out of you? Do we do?
This is serious business for sure. But it's within the tension
That's actually
that
kinda cool.
Ash's comedy makes it brilliant, you know?
Oh, so that's what happens when you... Okay. So, okay, that makes sense. The demons feed off of fear. Alright. Yeah, no, I don't know nothing about this shit.
Who's playing?
Said get in the car and I'm running.
It is me, it is Jen, and it is Chatty Cat, and then the other one is
yeah.
Gay
Get the
Biggs,
fuck outta here.
just a random player we found online.
Oh, that bitch.
And this is literally his first match ever playing the game.
Wow.
So it's fun, and he had no experience with the franchise whatsoever. So he's literally
yourself,
experiencing it all for the first time,
Oh, fuck.
which was a lot of fun.
For 1 second. This motherfucker's on my
And it's
house.
raining, and there's bad guys out there,
Oh yeah.
and the car is stalled.
Oh, these are kind of like beating my ass. I'm not gonna front. I brought a lot of them with us. I'm so sorry. Did I?
See, Jen is the girl in the yellow, and Chatty's the girl in the purple.
My ass, bro. This is. I gotta get used to this.
Wow.
Look at that. Man, you just laid her ass out. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of funny. Oh, she just got her ass fucked up.
Where is CT Jason when we need him?
I'm so sorry.
I know. I've
Look
been
at
trying
this.
to. I've been trying to get him on it. I'm trying it.
It was all nice and safe, and then I
I'm
come
like,
to it and
CT,
fuck it all
where
up.
you at, man?
Exactly. He should be here.
Should be here.
This is right up his alley, right
It
here.
is. It is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But he's probably busy editing the next episode of
This
Home
fucking
Arcade
tree, bro.
Championship.
Trying to stick us,
I
dog.
know.
And he's been talking about for that for like 3 weeks now. Where is that show? He teased us with a great episode, and then
that was
nothing.
Scary shit. What the fuck was that?
He's working on it.
Oh, good.
I know for a fact that episode 2 is heavily under development right now, and episode 3 is already in pre-production.
Where's the car? There it is. I'm tripping. I'm sorry.
That's good.
Bro, I'm
Well, he
holding
had
on.
talked
This
about
game
it
is right.
world premiering last
front of us right
Wednesday, and that didn't happen. So what happened there? Where is CT Jason to answer these questions from everybody who wants to know?
He's probably watching P-Dubs.
I might have to send him a text.
This is some scary shit. I like this stuff.
Let's see. How do I?
But
share
I talk to
share?
him pretty much daily, so I always know what CT Jason's up to.
Yeah. So what happened then last Wednesday when it was supposed to come out?
Work.
Why are you doing this to me?
Did you say work?
Yeah, he got some offers, work-wise he couldn't refuse.
All right, hold on. Let me fuck with our fear right quick.
Gotta make that money,
Did I
I'm
work?
gonna send him a text right now.
Yeah.
Bam. I just sent him a text.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually pretty tight.
Unless he deleted my number.
Yeah.
Which is impossible.
This game. I'm not even live.
You shouldn't delete Ram's number. Come on. I don't text that often, do I?
Spooky kind of shit, but I'm with it.
group
Oh,
of
that's the best way to get a hold of Ram is
Wait
via
30
text,
some
man.
seconds.
Yep,
Saving a period
right
of
there.
battle.
That's your direct line to my big behind.
Close to
I've tried to
ensure
get you on Discord, but you ain't
So
having
we
no
stay in
part
the
of it,
blue,
are you?
Right?
I'm Discord stupid. That's the problem. It's not that. It's
Hey,
probably
I
pretty
was
easy.
too. I was too. And that's
Was
why
you?
I never messed with him. But he actually set up my Discord server.
Maybe I do.
I had it.
I just beat
Believe it or
the fuck
not,
out of this.
I had Discord on my computer, and I had a buddy like set up a room, and I logged in a couple times, and I changed some settings,
I just got fucking.
and then I ended up deleting it, all of it. And I kind of want it, but I want full control. I don't want my buddy to have any part of it. I wanted it to all be mine. So I think that's why.
Oh, look at this. He did just send you a voice message. LOL, he can't stay away.
Did I just?
He sent me one?
No, CT did. But
To me?
To me, I guess.
Weak ass shit is that?
He must have heard we were talking about him. So, but George has got my phone.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is right up his alley, though.
Yeah.
I can hear his voice right now.
Yeah.
I can hear what CT Jason would say in CT Jason's voice.
I know. And it just
It's an amulet.
it would be perfect. I agree. Like and what's cool is we already have. You only need 5 players to have
I
a
just
full
juked the
lobby,
fuck out of
and
you,
we
dog.
have
How do you
4
feel?
already. So we just need one more player, and like we can have full lobbies, like whatever.
Funky ass man.
Oh, you need another player.
Yeah, cause we have
guessing our fear is
4
that,
players
like,
just in
like,
my house. It's even my little man. We get hit by this as well. Although it does scare him.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, it gets a little intense for him.
Kandarian dagger. You are
This
one
game,
step
it's
closer
not
to
rated
the spirits of
X,
the book.
is it?
But no, it's not rated X. It's rated
Just like-
M though, but
There's a legendary.
he
Because
plays
you were
with-
talking earlier
The lost
that the
patient
movie
Kandarian
had to make
dagger
some
are
changes.
possession.
Yeah,
All good.
You have
That's
only
crazy.
need.
but none of it had to do with typical
melee.
X stuff. It was just all
No.
for
Fear? Yes. Yeah. I'll go with fear.
Plenty of violence in this game, for sure.
There's a little.
Yeah.
Hey, there's this fire right here. Let's ignite it right quick.
This game just
That way I
came
can
out.
save my ability.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. So it's been 10 days.
Okay.
And between
So we don't got no more
me
time
working on
limit
my
this
normal
time. Now we're
stuff
just
and
at the last
just
part.
playing
Right.
it, you know, I had to try to throw together a YouTube show about it.
It says there's one right here.
You know, being that it's brand
Oh,
new,
this
you know,
shit don't
gotta
get possessed.
get my toe in the water. But I know
Yeah,
there's
some
gonna be-
great special effects, but it is a brand new movie. Or game, I guess.
Is this what they be doing in the show?
Yeah.
Is it a show or is it a movie or is it
It
both?
was 3 movies. And
It looks like a movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
going to the
I'd always heard of this shit.
Did you ever play Friday the 13th?
I'd always heard of this shit. I seen the motherfucker with a chainsaw for a
The
hand.
old one? The old retro one?
Well, I'm sure you played the retro one. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so.
Start watching this shit though.
What's the newest like gaming like system or whatnot you have?
Yeah, I downloaded Steam on a PC just so I could play Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. And that was the one game I purchased. But like the last
Fear
console
level is high. Damn,
I
am
I
a
owned
bitch? Like damn.
was Xbox 360.
we
Yeah.
just driving.
How long ago
Like,
was that?
Shit in my pants. What is going on here?
2006, 2007.
Is that right?
That's how old
Yeah,
I
I think so. I want to say maybe it was like, yeah, it was like 2000 something. It clearly was before 2010,
Yeah.
and
I
we're in
was gonna say,
2022.
that red behind it.
So you've just gone straight up
Yeah, here, let me
retro
just-
then, huh?
Fear. Oh, too late.
No,
too
you know
late.
what? I think
Fuck, I fucked up my bad. I should have said something first. Nah, that's
those
on me. I should've
online
said
games, I think I found them too complicated as I got older, and I just started getting into work and not video games. So I actually stepped away from games for many years. I've just recently come back into
something. Hold these
games,
fuckers back.
and of course my original love is the retro games. Would I try this?
Shit.
Yeah,
bitch.
I'd try it. But I got to come over to your house
Why you gotta come over to my house?
because that's where the council's at.
No, you can get this on Epic.
Yeah, but you already have one, so I just come over to your house, move some Legos around, sit down, and you and I can play.
I'm about to go down.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
You okay with that?
Ah, that's fine. Anytime you want to head this way,
Okay.
you got an open invite.
I got you. I'll sacrifice.
I'll bring some drinks.
Group up,
There's
group
a
up,
tune.
group up.
We got some tunes.
Yeah.
We'll have a great time.
Fuck, we're gonna have to use this thing.
Speaking of which, we
I
gotta,
just got
we gotta.
Warlord. That's what,
What day do you want to get together and talk about some music, man?
Why don't you just call him some
Ooh,
like fucking evil shit? Like
That's a great question. We will have to touch base
Soul Stealer. Oh,
on that because we've got to make sure our schedules coincide.
Yeah,
And I got to make sure Papa Brad isn't working because we want him to be there.
right.
I'll get a hold of you.
man, give me like 3 minutes with Henrietta.
Well,
I'll have
what
her
days are
scream.
you typically streaming?
That's disgusting. I'm sorry. That was a
So
lot
my
funnier,
streaming
man.
days right now are sometimes Thursday and Sunday and
Don't you
Monday
dare do it, you bitch. Again?
during
Thursday-
prime time. But I can do randos late at night, early in the morning, depending on what I have going on. And then I'm at the will of my job and my boss, who may or may not use me on one of those days
The book will now commence closing
at the drop of a dime. So that's why I can't make a commitment because I never know if I'm going to get called away to work.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That's why you like the late night stream.
Because he's sleeping.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, that's fine with me. I'm down for some late.
Oh, late night?
Yeah.
I could.
That's part of
Yeah.
the reason I did this one later in the evening. 'Cause that's just when I have more time to do it. You know.
I could schedule a stream, but then I would hate to not be able to fulfill that scheduled stream. So that's why they are popping up like a one night time event. It's hard to schedule something. I'm trying to think of the last one I did. It was like a retro family episode, and that was back in March. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
So someday, maybe a regular schedule will allow me to do that. Because it sure is nice.
Over here still moaning. The fuck?
Well, I'll tell you right now. For me, Tuesday at 5 is the brick chat, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then this stuff here I'm not having a set schedule with. It's just, you know,
Yeah, maybe Thursday.
but,
That's quite possible.
Is that what is that moaning? Is that
Because what I'm talking about is I'm just gonna
I'm feeling harassed?
play some stuff on YouTube, like and then talk about the people, and then
Right. Oh, that'll be
but
fun.
We can run it on your channel, man, and then I'll just clip out stuff. But you
Yeah,
can
we
run
could go either channel because I can run my music through this stream as well onto your channel. As long as you don't hear an echo from me. I don't know. Are you hearing an echo?
No, you sound great.
Oh, fantastic. Who's playing the game? Not you?
No, I played it. That's me right
you did?
there. Yeah,
Well, that is you.
yeah. I'm the one. I'm the Ash with the armor on.
Wow.
And-
Victory.
Chatty
wish
Cat
to
is
be with
the
you to
dark-haired
witness spawns
girl,
of hell and dark
and
spirits
Jen is
ejected
the
from
light-haired
our
girl.
world.
On the left.
No.
Yeah.
that
How did
I
Jen
am
do?
there in spirit.
She came in fourth.
Nice.
Mike, are
So
you
you're
playing
saying
this
you placed.
live or is this a playback? This is a playback. I'm doing a
Oh.
playback today.
Okay. I was wondering because I didn't see your fingers
Yeah.
working along.
Actually, before I start that, I wanna play this here because these are fun. I like these.
Okay.
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow.
I've seen the movie. Is that a clip from the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I've seen this one.
Yeah. Here's another one.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
Yeah, Ash is the man.
That reminds me of the line that says, "I'm gonna kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum."
Roddy Piper.
Something like that.
Yeah. Gotta unmute your mic, King.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Flattered. Now
Yeah.
It's like Mikey has insane gaming skills. No, that's why I actually, and one of the reasons that I'm doing the playbacks instead of playing it live is because I can actually talk and chat with everybody. Because when I play games, I'm focused on the game.
Right.
You hear a lot of
So, is this game hard now that you've played it?
Yeah. But now that I've gotten used to it, it's not too bad.
Right, once you figure out what buttons do what.
Yeah, well, and what character you got to run as, because each character has different, advantages and disadvantages. And in this particular match here, the reason why I'm showing this is because Georgie always wants to run with the same character I run as. So he's got my Ash, and I'm running as Evil Dead 2 Ash. And now you're going to see me play this match quite a bit differently. Some frustration's going to set in.
I don't have a melee weapon either.
What's neat is that you don't know what's around the corner either.
No.
This being your first time play.
Yeah. And this match is literally my whole family going against a computer, the computer playing as the demon.
Okay. So the computer is going to react based on what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Mikey just knocking chairs over.
But, like I said, you can play as the demon as well and not have any computer involved.
See, that's the one CT Jason would want to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, we're going against the Army of Darkness skeletons.
One down, 100 to go.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to those sound effects.
See, right now, I only have like a gun. I don't have a melee weapon, and so I'm like, oh man. And they're just coming at me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got enough bullets?
No.
See?
I'm kind of freaking out right now, to be honest with you.
Right. You used up all your bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, play some Double Dragon with your grandson, Papa Brad.
Yeah. Where are you? Oh, over here. Where's Cat? Daddy?
No, it doesn't look like one. This car has got
That's coming.
And that's Ash's
I
famous car. He drives in all the movies.
Can we move? Oh,
At least it's not raining.
Yeah.
I am trying to get us out of here. I don't have any weapons.
You know,
Is that you talking?
I'm gonna
yeah.
just slip.
What are you saying?
Just killed the skeleton.
I'm complaining about the fact that I don't have any weapons.
Oh yeah.
But I'm trying to get everyone to get in the car so we can get out of here.
Right. Hurry up!
I'm gonna die if you don't get in the car.
Right. And you're out of bullets. So where are you gonna go? Where there's more zombies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe we can lose them for a minute. But the problem is the demon can find you if you're in the car. So that's they have a harder time finding you if you're on foot. But
Right.
if you're already in a swarm of them, it's too hard to get away from them. And like I was saying, you gotta collect on the top of the screen. You can see all the objectives you gotta do.
Uh-huh.
You have to collect all the map pieces and everything. And so that's what we're after right now. Mr. Mikey J says he's in serious dad mode right now.
keep
Yeah.
moving and find
I don't
another.
know if it's dad mode or mad mode. No problem, King. Get it fixed. Hop on back.
So Jen's already played this too. And then who's the other two players?
That's my son and my daughter.
So you get your son, your daughter, Jen, and you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See, this is we are a family of gamers.
Right.
Legit. Like
And Legoers.
Yeah, like we play Fortnite as a family. We
Yeah.
play Red Dead Redemption as a family. We're playing this as a family now. You know, we love multiplayer games, and that's like a perfect Friday night or Saturday night in our house. It's all getting together and playing some games.
Right.
And
So as
Lego-
long as you're playing a game together, that's what makes Friday night fun.
I mean, it's not too much different than when we were kids. You know, your parents would want to play board games or something on a Friday night. You
Yeah.
know?
Monopoly.
Yeah. So this is our Monopoly.
Now do you have like snacks or drinks or
Oh
popcorn?
yeah. Oh yeah.
You do all that?
Yeah. We always got snacks in our house. You kidding me?
So everybody has their own console? Like everybody's got their own whatever
Yeah,
this is?
we play. This game has cross-play, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter what console you get it on. We can all play together.
Okay.
And so, but we're all actually playing it on PC.
Okay, so everybody has their own little PC.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions because remember, the last console I had, 2007?
Yeah.
6?
Admirable effort, but
Well, actually, I think it came out in 06, but I don't think I bought it till like 08. It was already 2 years old.
Yeah.
Look at that. It would be neat if you could, and I know you can because you're Mikey J Productions, if you could edit other players' like viewpoint.
I could with Chatty.
Oh, you could.
With her and Chatty, me and my daughter, I could get footage of us too. I absolutely could.
And then you could see what they were kind of dealing with.
Yeah.
And then when it gets exciting for you, put it back where you are, and then you can see what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Is there like a map somewhere? I'm looking for the map. Let's see.
The upper left corner.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Uh,
And then down on the bottom right, what's that? Like your weapons?
Yeah, and like your health. Or how much
So you-
health you have, how much ammo you have, stuff like that.
Are you guys all in the same room?
No, Georgie is actually playing at the computer I'm streaming at right now.
Okay.
And then I have my main gaming rig in the living room set up. I have my own station. And
Yep.
then Jen has her computer hooked up on our living room TV. And then Taylor, our daughter, she plays in her bedroom. So we're actually all over the house playing this together.
Right. Now, are you like shouting across the room to each other? Hey! Come over this way! Get in the car!
No, because the voice chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's instant.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, the functionality of modern games is really impressive, especially coming from, you know, playing like the older games and stuff. Like how seamless and flawless like the online and everything works is just like such a breath of fresh air, honestly. Like it's just the game does what it's supposed to do. You know.
Yeah, but it's...
And compared to like years ago, this is way better.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can hear the heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah, because my fear is like maxed out right now.
Right.
never get people.
You think you're freaking out. How do you think the kids feel?
Yeah.
Man. Are they good gamers, the kids?
My daughter, Chatty, she's an awesome gamer. Oh, so you just took me out.
You're down. So do you respawn somewhere?
Right now I'm bleeding out, so now I'm dead. And just when you're dead, that's not the end. This is actually Taylor. This is the Chatty.
Here comes Patrick Swayze.
So we get to watch her for a while now.
Okay.
And this is fun. So you get to see what kind of a gamer she is now. She's been
Right.
waiting this whole match.
I want to see the whole family. I want to see all of them. We got to get you a couple more capture cards.
Yeah, I can't record on 2 of the PCs. They're not strong enough.
You can with a capture card.
I can with a capture card, yeah.
And we'll just Wi-Fi that down to your main office. Boom.
Yeah.
Look at that. She's not doing too bad. She's holding her own.
Oh, yeah.
You allow her to curse like that?
That wasn't my daughter. That was the character.
No, I know. That much I figured out.
She does have her mic on, but she's not talking too much with Matt.
Not right now. Because she'd probably be saying, "Help! Help! Help!"
And what's perfect about this game for this particular channel of mine is it's a game that's based on movies. That's like perfect for me.
You do love movies.
Yeah.
Why people drink this by Get out of my
Did you get my reference when I said Patrick Swayze was coming for you?
No, I didn't.
That's from Ghost.
Oh, I gotcha.
It says you are dead. You get to hang out with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. This is how we do it in Michigan. 'Cause that's another fun fact, you know. We live in Michigan, and yeah, and these movies take place in Michigan. So, you know, when I'm telling you I'm out in the woods of Michigan, you know, this summer, this is what you can expect that I'm dealing with.
Is that the weather in Michigan? Like this?
Can be.
Dark and dreary.
See, I don't know if you've caught on yet, Ram, but literally my daughter is the only one of us still alive, and she's been hanging on this whole time. So she's bringing it. She's got skills from way back, I gotta say.
Right.
Haha. King says soon Mikey is gonna have one arm with a chainsaw and a boomstick. You know, if I was gonna do that, I already done would have did it.
He's still dead. Somebody pried it off of his dead hand. Somebody needs to give him CPR or something. Bring him back to life.
Chatty's gonna do it though. Spoiler alert, yeah.
Good. Oh, man, that's just got to take so much energy.
I mean, she's literally going one-on-one against a horde of zombies. You know,
I'm glad the zombies are waiting their turn to get their ass kicked. Get in line. Next. There she goes. Oh! Well, there you go. Stop motion to your rescue.
Trying to get her to let my dog in.
Right.
I gotta say, you know, one thing about playing with a 6-year-old is they do like to talk a lot.
No problem. That's how they learn. They ask questions.
It's funny because have you ever heard of the game Poppy Playtime?
Have I?
Yeah.
Poppy Playtime.
Poppy Playtime. Yeah.
Much better than abandoned.
I'm gonna say no.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
new game, and it's the big craze among all the like younger kids. So much so that a lot of like parents are kind of freaking out because their kids are playing it and they don't want their kid to play it. It's a scary game intended for children or whatnot.
Is it?
Yeah.
The Poppy Playtime?
Yeah, and the reason I bring that up is because I let my 6-year-old play Evil Dead.
I was
Poppy
trying to
Playtime
think.
doesn't have anything on this.
Some of those scary movies back in the old days, I want to say the Freddy Kruegers kind of freaked me out when I was younger. And those Stephen King movies, they were something else.
Pet Cemetery, yeah. The Shining. Oh,
There's a movie called The Exorcist.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got Linda Blair.
Oh, yeah.
And I never saw it for years and years and years. And I probably saw it 10 years ago for the first time. And I watched it on Halloween.
Did it freak you out?
It was different. That Linda Blair character, something else when she's possessed.
See, that's
crazy.
That's essentially what's going on here. They're not zombies. It's like
Right.
a bunch of Linda Blairs coming at them.
Because they're possessed.
Yeah.
King says The Shining. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah. So, you're not much of a horror movie guy then, huh?
You know what? I used to watch a lot of comedies. That's probably why I laugh so much. But yeah, I was in the comedy thing. I appreciate a good scary movie. And when you see a really good one, the hairs on your arm stand up straight.
Yeah.
And you know it's a good scary movie.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely.
And when I say that, the first movie that popped into my head recently was Insidious. That
Yeah.
movie, woo!
That's
That
funny
was
you-
a freaky movie.
It's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, I like the first Insidious a lot as well.
So good.
The demon that's in that movie, he's like Freddy Krueger mixed with Darth Maul from Star Wars.
Yeah.
And like, but he's creepy. He's super creepy. I agree.
Like the movie The Boy. The first half of that movie was good. Second half of the movie sucked.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Yeah, it's called The Boy. Anybody in chat knows what I'm talking about. The Boy. You'll know. Especially if you've seen it all the way through.
I tell you, a newer movie, as in not super old, within the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Have you seen Hereditary?
Nope. I haven't seen that one.
Well, you might not want to watch that one. That one might freak you out a little bit.
Yeah, special effects nowadays are amazing. Amazing.
Yes, King mentioned Dr. Sleep. Yeah, that's like the sequel to The Shining. And
That's right.
I actually enjoyed it as well. Yeah, I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, those comedy zombie movies are pretty good, too.
Like Shaun of the Dead, stuff like that.
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead was great. And even the one with Woody Harrelson, the zombie movie.
Zombieland, yeah.
Zombieland. 1 and 2. Both very good.
But as I was saying, I'm a fan of the big 3 horror franchises, and that would be Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah.
And this is actually number 4 for me.
What about the Halloween movies?
Yeah, that's Michael Myers.
Yeah. Even the new one, the one that Rob Zombie directed?
No, well, that one I think is hot garbage.
Well, he tried.
There's very few remakes of any franchise that I really enjoy, if I'm honest. The Evil Dead remake, I do recommend that one. The Friday the 13th remake is pretty good. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake is terrible.
Oh, yeah. Okay, as long as we're talking about this, and the replay's up on your channel, if you've made it this far to the replay, and I made a comment about a great scary movie where the hair on your arm stand up, in the comments down below, put what movie makes the hair on your arm stand up straight when you see a good scary movie. Put it down there. We want to see that.
Yes, we do. But so what's your all-time favorite scary movie? Is it The Exorcist?
No, I'm my all-time favorite. What are my choices?
Any horror movie that was ever made.
Well, I did immediately go towards those Freddy Krueger movies. So maybe the Freddy Krueger franchise.
Yeah, that.
Because when Freddy Krueger came out, and you saw his face on the screen, you knew something horrible happened to that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I'm glad you said Freddy, because like I said, Freddy is my absolute favorite. And if they made a Nightmare on Elm Street game like this, I would be all over it day one as well.
Oh man, his voice. His voice alone is amazing. And they've made songs about Freddy Krueger. And they've got songs with Freddy Krueger in the song.
Nightmare on My Street.
Yeah, that's right. There's a couple others too, though.
Yeah. Are You Ready for Freddy?
Yeah.
There was a couple of them. That's funny that you know that. I know you know your stuff, but you're impressing me, sir. That's
No, just music.
Yeah.
Yeah, music in general. But even like Alice Cooper's got some great songs from horror movies.
Song, Oh, Man Behind the Mask. Yeah.
Man Behind the Mask, yeah. That's right.
King wants to know if we have seen Ghosts of War. It was a war-based horror film and it's really good. No, I have not. Is it newer, older?
The
I'm
final
interested.
piece has been collected, making the map whole
Ghost
again,
of
revealing
War.
the whereabouts of the Kandarian dagger and the lost pages
Right.
of the Necronomicon.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one.
But my even though Freddy is my absolute favorite, my favorite movie in the franchise is Part 3, Dream Warriors.
Is it?
Yeah, I love Dream Warriors. I love the first one as well, but I mean, to me, Dream Warriors is one of those cases where you could literally have someone that's never seen a Freddy movie and throw that movie on, and like, and they're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna pull them in.
Now, when they came out with 3, was it because there was not enough questions answered in 1 or 2?
No, it was the first movie. Very much was created by Wes Craven, horror legend, and that was his baby. And New Line Cinema, the very well-known movie studio, they put all their cash into that movie, and so they actually owned the rights to Freddy and everything, not Wes Craven, the creator of it.
Oh, okay.
And so they went, and they immediately, because the first movie was so successful, they did a sequel, like, right out the bat. And now, Part 2 is still pretty good, but it's not nearly as good as 1. And then for 3, what happened is they actually had Wes Craven come in and do the main story idea. So he was one of the main writers of the third movie, and just having his influence back was huge. And that's why that movie is my particular favorite. And then Wes Craven came back again for Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which was the 7th. And that one is really good as well. So
who was in charge of like Fright Night, that movie?
I don't know off the top of my head, but Fright Night, those are good ones as well. I have both Fright Night 1 and 2. I do recommend. Those are really good vampire movies. Absolutely. And they're not vampires where someone's trying to fall in love with them. Like, they're actually going to kill you.
Thought I resurrected you.
So is a vampire movie also a horror movie?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's some good vampire movies too.
Yes.
Dude, Lost Boys freaked me out.
Yeah. Lost Boys is definitely one of a lot of people's favorite vampire movies.
Oh yeah.
I
didn't even need a Lost Boys 2. Lost Boys 1 was good enough.
Yeah. Especially so much later, it just, trying to recapture that magic, it just wasn't there. See there, we died. We did not survive. I need to be that ass.
Yeah, you probably bled all out too.
Yeah.
Made a big mess on the ground.
Actually, right now, I'm pretty upset because my son had my character and we lost. And so I'm kind of griping right now. I'm like, come on, we can't win when I'm not playing as my guy. What kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, but you got to give it.
Give me some sugar, baby.
You got to give it credit to the daughter.
Yeah. That's why I showed that one. Because I recorded at least 10 matches. And I wanted to originally play them all. And I'm sitting there looking at them. And I'm like, oh, I'll be streaming all night long. So I can't play all 10 of them. I only got one more for everyone. But before I get into it, I'm just going to play this again because it's fun.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This is my boomstick.
Show off.
Yeah. That's Ash Williams for you right there.
And that's
again,
from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Derelict Doll Factory.
And this is me and my whole family playing once again.
Oh.
Okay.
And this is the main event of the night.
Go over there.
This is round 3.
Found another one, honey?
Round 4.
4. Same location.
Move.
But they got all kinds of DLC supposedly coming for this game.
Tell you what, I could get used to these.
Ooh, there's a double barrel. Do you want it? It's a blue.
Time to get blasted.
Yeah, okay.
We got to get Jen's mic situation fixed. What's funny is she's got a really nice, expensive pair of headphones, and they don't work.
Is it got the little mic thing?
Yeah, she's having a heck of a time with it. So she's the only one that's actually not mic'd up here.
Gotcha.
And if
And
you
she's
hear,
the one in the yellow.
Shine, Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, she's the one in the yellow.
Gotcha.
My daughter's the one in purple, and then
Find me some more of these.
my son, he's playing a Scotty now. He's like a blonde hair guy.
Gotcha. Okay. Now you're in the same location, I think.
Yeah. It always spawns you at the same map. Well, no, there's 2 different maps right now, but they're gonna add a 3rd one as well, which will be based on Army of Darkness, Medieval. That's a lot of the clips I've been showing.
Will you walk by the very place where you bled out on the last video?
I don't know. Good question. And I know you wanted to talk about Ghostbusters tonight, so let's talk about
Who are you
it.
gonna call?
Because
Who are you gonna call?
I've actually got a Ghostbusters shirt on. You can't really see it, but
Which movie? 1, 2, or 3?
one.
Nice. Yeah, with the logo.
Yeah. But
The logo.
there's a new Ghostbusters game coming out later in the year that's in this same style. It's called Asymmetrical Horror. And it's basically kind of like a big game of hide and seek.
I wonder, will that kind of have that same type of humor like Guardians of the Galaxy?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Pages of the Necronomicon and Kandarian.
Because you hear that banter between like Bill Murray and Harold Ramis.
Yeah. But you will be seeing us play that game when that comes out as well.
Is there a date on when that will come out? October?
I think October.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's when Halloween is.
Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, there's a new Evil Dead movie coming out this year as well, and my guess is that'll be in October as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's some good ones that usually come out in. They actually release them like the month before October, just to get you all pumped up about it. But yeah, the big one, that would be Halloween. On Halloween.
Yeah,
or that
and
weekend.
I think the new Halloween's coming out this year as well, if I'm correct. Either this year or next year. I don't remember for certain.
Don't worry about me.
And did you watch the last one? Did you enjoy it?
Is that the one? No, no, I don't think I saw that one either. So I'm way behind on horror movies. Way behind. I want to say the last one I went to. I mean,
I'm going to the page.
I think I saw Venom in the theater. Is that that's kind of a scary movie?
A little bit. I mean,
that's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm behind on that. For sure.
Well, you know, horror's not everybody's cup of tea, that's for sure. I've been a horror fan since way back in the 80s. I mean, to me, staying up and catching, you know, a Friday the 13th marathon on USA,
right?
Like 1988, Friday the 13th, like you like those are memories that like I'll have for the rest of my life. Well, and that's the stuff that made me fans.
Like I work with a gal, and her and her husband love the holiday of Halloween, and they prepare for it months and months and months in advance. And they have a party, and then their neighbor has a party, and they're like trying to figure out how to get new decorations on the front lawn. I guess there's some skeleton at Home Depot that's widely sought after, and you have to be there at the right time at the right place, or you don't get it at all.
Really?
And they got a 12-foot skeleton in their front yard. It's crazy.
That's cool. I was about to say we don't quite take it that far, but as I sit there, I mean, I have a little stack of proton packs right here, like 4 of them. You can't see them very good, but yeah.
I'm looking.
We definitely. Here, I'll do this real quick.
Like in their house, they will do different themes for different rooms. They'll have a Freddy Krueger room, and then they'll have a Ghostbusters room. They'll have even a Harry Potter room.
That's cool. Yeah.
And she even made like that book with the binder, the book with the binder. She made that.
Talking about this book?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But she made it. Like homemade. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. how old does the game have to be for you to consider it retro?
So what I usually tell people is the word retro is more of not a date, but a feeling.
Yeah.
Retro is how you feel about the game or the movie or the item. So retro to me doesn't have a timestamp on it, but it has a feeling attached to it.
I'm ready.
So if it feels retro to me, that's good enough, and we'll play it. Yeah. I always, you know what's funny is like the Xbox and the Xbox 360 that I got, to me, because I'm older now, it had a lot of buttons. And so there's a button on top, there's a button in the back.
Yeah.
And as a retro gamer, I'm used to up, down, left, right, A button, B button.
Sometimes C.
Sometimes C, but not on the Super Nintendo. Had up, down, left, right, and then A, B, right?
And XY.
On the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, they did XY.
Oh, did they?
So
Yeah,
they
that's
had-
right. They did do an XY. Yeah, yeah. That way you could play Mortal Kombat and all that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so I guess that's about as far as I went when it came to holding a controller. And as soon as I got the next controller in my hand, I just was like, it's too many buttons. I'm going to go play music over here or something. And I ended up just doing that. And I let my brother play games, which he still does. But as for me, I kind of drifted away from the newer games simply because my life just went into a different direction and away from games. When the arcade one came up, which is a retro game,
Right.
and I could put thousands of games on it with the same up, down, left, right, A, B, and X, Y.
That was
That
your
was for
secret.
me.
Yeah.
But I have not held that Xbox 360 controller in my hand and enjoyed the way it feels. I would probably have to spend some time with it and then start with a game that would be easier for me to figure out. And maybe I could work my way into it. That's why I think the VR would be fun. Because
Yeah.
VR is just, you're holding this, you got the goggles on. How many buttons are on a VR game?
I don't know. I haven't really gotten into those ones, to be honest.
Right.
But I definitely agree with you and see what you're saying about, you know, the amount of time and effort that goes into playing a modern game versus an older game. Like,
Right.
like you really have to invest some time, and even into this game. Like, I mean, even though it seems like you just watch me just kick butt and slay people all the time, it didn't start out that way. Like, it was
Right.
like, it took me, I had to get good. You know, it's the
Well, I'll give you an example. I went to a birthday party, and they were playing Mortal Kombat 11. You know, the new one?
Yeah.
And I love Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo. And so I'm like, okay, I'm about to play Mortal Kombat 11. I played my favorite character. And I just thought, well, it's probably going to be similar to the same moves as Super Nintendo. I lost the first round, and I won the next 2 rounds because I had that concept of what Mortal Kombat is, and I just used it and pushed the buttons, even though I think it's the same amount of buttons on Mortal Kombat 11. It just looked cooler because the graphics were better and the fatalities and all that. But it's the same idea. I did play that. And I watched a little, I want to say Fortnite. I watched a little Fortnite, but I never played it. Roblox, never played it. Minecraft, never played it. And
Well, I
this
know-
game, I've never played.
I have a lot of fans of my channel, and you know they get chatting in our Discord, so and they love Minecraft. So I'm not gonna say one negative word about Minecraft.
No. That was the very popular game. I watched it become huge.
Yeah.
You know, and think about the game like Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, we're out on the streets looking for coins and things. On the street.
Yeah.
Everybody was out there. That's how popular that was.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I could get going on Pokemon because, like, I know my kids love it. Like, that's again something that like it came around, and I was already to an age where that was behind me, you know, or something like that catching my interest.
Right. I wonder, but you never stepped away from video games like I did.
No, they've always been a part of my life.
Yeah.
They come and go on how much I played them, you know.
I can see your Discord people laughing at me right now. Oh my God, he hasn't touched a game in 15 years, maybe longer.
That's not true. Retro Arcade Music Man, he plays games every what'd you say, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah, at least once a week or so. But I'm just saying, this game where it's connected online, and you're online, you can play with other people, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that.
And voice chat with them. I mean, it's all kidding aside, it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's, you know, like we like talking about the arcade experience and stuff like that. Well, there's something to be said about the modern day online gaming experience. That is the arcade experience for this generation. It really is.
Left 4 Dead popped into my head. That's another one of those great games.
Yeah, this has a lot of similarities to Left 4 Dead. It does.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, just listen to those sound effects. The chainsaw, the squishy sounds. You can hear it.
Yeah. And these are the Puppeteer Demons. We were talking about them earlier in the show.
Wow. Well, at least you haven't bled out yet.
No.
I'll give you credit there.
Because I got my character this time.
Oh, I see. How are the other family members doing? Does it show?
We're all. Well, no. It looks like Jen and Georgie died, and me and Chatty Cat are holding it off for the victory.
Didn't Chatty Cat make it all the way to the end last time?
Yeah, yep, she did. Chatty is a real gamer. Real gamer.
Now, does Chatty Cat play with the lights out or low, or does she like a certain environment? She's got to get into that game.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd have to ask her. If she's still in the chat, she can answer that.
Is she? Yeah. Let's get. I wonder if there's a certain like light setting, or I have to have my favorite chair, or it's got to be on this TV with this controller. You know, some people, they have a preference. Like I used to play sitting in a chair easier than sitting on the couch or on the floor. It's got to be the perfect storm for me to kick ass on a great game like this.
Absolutely. And since you bring that up, that is actually why my main gaming PC, I have it set up in my living room just in a certain spot, because I can literally sit on my couch and play it. And I can sit there on my couch and edit videos as well. So it's because that is the most comfortable position for me. Like the spot that I'm in right now, where I do my streaming out here, I have hooked that computer up out here before, but it's just not as comfortable. And so I find myself not playing it as often because I'd rather be where I'm comfortable. You know?
Exactly. And I wonder if the rest of the family have that same type of preference. I bet they do.
Absolutely. I'm sure they do.
So when you go online to play this game, make sure everybody's in their comfortable spot.
Yeah. That
was fun.
It was fun. And but it's about time for me to wrap it up. We're creeping on the 2-hour mark.
Of course.
Everybody, go subscribe to Retro Arcade Music Man. He's a great fellow. And maybe we'll get him on our Discord, and you guys can get chatting with him a little bit, because
no laughing.
And that is pretty much all I have, you guys, for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll check you all later. Take care.
You're
everyone.
awesome, Mikey J. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram, for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it, man.
Of course. Anytime. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.